Okay, so I feel like I should preface this Thursday episode with a little bit of a explanation, especially for anybody who pays attention to the days up in the corner. So on the Wednesday episode, at around the 11-minute 30-second mark, I had saved my game, and so when I came back, the footage that I used for the rest of the Wednesday episode and this Thursday episode that I'm going to be cutting up. Um, it's how should I explain this? So I built a car and finished it up on Thursday, and so the usual idea is that I then chop firewood because I know that the dude's going to call pretty soon to want firewood, and then I would take it over, already be done, and get paid. Yay! And then Friday, I got money to, get the past inspection. Um, but it didn't work out. The footage that I'm using, so that playthrough. Instead, I decided to go to pick strawberries to try to make enough money to do the inspection, and it didn't work out well. The thing is, like the second time I tried it, the first time I actually tried it with, lining up the box with the pickup window, whatever you want to call it, where you can just sit there and blah 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 blah, pick strawberries and throw them in the basket. It's still long, still takes forever, and you don't really get paid that well. Um, and then I don't know. I think I went driving around or something, and then when I got back home, I think Friday, maybe Thursday or Friday, I got the call finally from the dude, and then I was like, oh, then I'll chop wood. Uh, I don't know. Anyways, long story short, eventually I was being chased by the police. It wasn't like a high speed chase. It wasn't like exciting. It was just I was going slow. I passed a checkpoint. I guess I didn't stop. I didn't even have my plates, so you know it just it was a bit of a mess. And so then I just backed out without saving, and was like, well, that's fine. I got stuff to do around the house or whatever, so I'll just do the stuff I need to do, come back, and then I'll, just do it again. And so that's what I did. I came back. I completely rebuilt the car, starting from the wishbone, like the internal body parts of the car. I already finished the engine and all that. So I rebuilt all that, and then this time I had when I was done, just went ahead and chopped the wood, and I got back home. This was still Thursday. Got back home, and like a minute later, got a call that the dude wanted firewood. So then I delivered it, came back home, paid my electricity bill, and saved my game, and was like, cool. So that's Thursday. And now all I have to do is just record Friday. And then I realized I apparently didn't record any of that good playthrough. So essentially, what I'm going to be doing, or what I am doing, is using the footage that I had from before, because I didn't delete it, luckily. And I did all the same things, it's just that I also did a bunch of unnecessary nonsense like picking strawberries and stuff like that. So, essentially, yeah, I'm going to be cutting up this video of the playthrough that got scrubbed into what is essentially what I should have recorded, the playthrough I did do, just so that it'll be all up to speed for Friday if I feel that it's necessary. Because, I mean, I figure I might just do like a thing on, okay, well, it's Friday, and now I'm going to go in and get the plates or whatever. Because even though, I've got everything all tuned, because we do that in this episode, the tuning and everything. But I never know 100% if I'm going to pass inspection. I mean, that's just me, I guess. But you know, so I figure, yeah, I'll do like a Friday episode and do that. All right, so I put the coolant in the radiator, and now I'm going to be putting the motor oil in the engine, or the engine oil in the motor. And since we've already done the wiring for the headlights, we can now attach the headlights. There's the left and right headlight, so there's specific sides. And there's 2 bolts on either side of each headlight, and they're size 7 bolts. Bulb. And before you try to turn the car on, because it is ready to be switched on, revved up, whatever, you want to put the gasoline from your gas can, your jerry can, into your gas tank. That is all. And don't forget to close your gas cap. Also, I keep my gas can for gasoline in the back of the car, the trunk. I don't know. I think it's a good idea, but I don't know. And I had a little bit of trouble centering myself in the steering wheel, which completely blocked my view of the choke and the little ignition. But whatever. So it might not start up the first time, and then you can just let go and try again, and then it'll just roar into life. Alright, so the first thing you want to tune, or that I tune, I'll say, is the distributor. You just want to get to where you can see the little, right there, the screw. And you just have to back it out once to screw, and then you can turn the distributor. And you want to turn it downwards. I think you scroll down. But you want it to go, down as if the screw is going up farther, you see that? Until it makes the little clicky noise. And as soon as it makes that, you want to back it off. And when you're tuning these things, you want to slowly kind of move them. You don't want to go too fast. Next, we take off the rocker cover. And those are size 7 bolts. There's 6 of them. The last 2 over there are a little hard to see. I mean, I guess you could move to the other side, but whatever. So you want to take that off and grab the screwdriver once again. And then, so these screws don't light up, but you want to aim at the screw and slowly, just one at a time, kind of tick down until you hear it click, and then go back up once. And then that's tuned. And you want to do that for each of those little rockers. Or is that a Rockerhead? I don't know. I don't know things. And when you're done with that, you want to put the cover back on. Another size 7 bolts once again. You want to grab your screwdriver again. And now we're going to start tuning the air-fuel ratio, which is the whole point of buying the AFR gauge. Because without it, it didn't work well. I found the usefulness in having it. I figure maybe eventually, if I get good enough, I won't need it, but I don't know, whatever. Alright, so essentially what I do, I have the choke pulled out all the way. You do that to start the car, and you keep it that way when you're tuning it. But when I'm tuning the AFR, I start pushing it in until it starts to get up to 15. You don't want it to go above 15, at least not too high or not too long. And so I'm essentially just kind of pushing it in, trying to get it around 15. That's high. That was 16 or 17. That's high. And then, yeah, like you try to get it around 15. And what you're ideally wanting to get is the choke pushed in all the way, and for the AFR to top out at 15. I mean, that's what I do. I'm assuming that's what you're supposed to do. I don't know. Again, I mean, there's like, if you want somebody who I don't know, I guess knows what they're doing or has read, there's guides and other things you can look at. I don't much. Like, I guess for the AFR, I kind of had to figure out, like, am I supposed to go up or down? And now I just get, oh, okay, if the number's too high, you want to go down. If the number's too low, you want to go up. Cool. But yeah, so you essentially want to be able to completely push in the choke, have the car warmed up first, I guess, and then you completely push in the choke and have it actually sit at 15.0. Or it doesn't just sit at a number, it fluctuates, but yeah, you want it to be topped out at 15. So, you kind of go up and down as you do. The choke is pushed in all the way now, so now I'm just trying to get it. I'm pretty sure it's pushed in all the way now. Now it is. Now I'm going down a little. But yeah, so there's this screw right there underneath the air filter. That is what you're adjusting. And now it's at 15. The choke is pushed in all the way. So yeah, it's good. So back here on the forklift front loader Kekmet, there's this little warning triangle. You want to grab that, and you want to put that in your trunk, because that's actually required to pass the inspection. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think so. And then now it's pretty much just putting on everything else, kind of cleaning up. The hubcaps, those you don't have to screw on, you just pop one on each tire. And then the passenger seat. Put that on. You don't use a screwdriver. I'm pretty sure it's number 9. there's 4 bolts on this one. And then I also put on the back seat, and those are also number 9. That's 2 bolts, so that'd be number 9, number 9, number 9, number 9, number 9, number 9. Yeah. Now, I will say it is easier to put in the back seat before you put in the passenger seat. But, you know, it still worked. And again, that's number 9. The Grille. Put that backwards, dropped it a bit, but, you know, it knows where it wants to go and how it wants to go on. It's fine. And the Grille uses size 6 bolts. There's 2 on each. There's 1 on each side, so 2 total that I know of. I never found any others. And then the front bumper. Yeah, he's kind of right there. And I believe those are size 8. The next logical step would be to put on the rear bumper, which is also size 8 bolts, but I didn't. So, you know, do with that information what you will. The doors, both doors, are size 10 bolts, and there's 4 on each door, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. I used to put this together differently, and then I realized that it's much easier to put the doors on first before the fenders, because if the fenders are on, you won't be able to see the bolts, and it's difficult to open the doors without the doors falling off if the bolts aren't connected. Like the trunk and the hood, you can open those to screw the bolts in just fine, but the doors fall off for me. These are size 5 bolts for the fenders. There is 1 bolt that I missed down on the bottom that I will be showing you on the next side, the other fender. And it's down by the tire in the front. This is a single bolt that I missed on both sides. Right down there. Just like Popeye. Good idea to now check your fluids, your oil, and your radiator. Make sure it's all good. The radiator you do not want to check when it's hot. You will burn your eyeballs. And then this is, I don't know, some back spacer thing or something. Because I don't have subwoofers to put back there. So that goes there. And then the trunk or boot lid. But if your boot has a lid, how do you wear it? And so yeah, so you can open these. You want to use the left click, not the right click. Right click removes it because, you know, that's what it does. Okay. And these are size 6. Lastly, well, not lastly, but now the hood is going on. It's getting close to lastly. This kind of goes where the hood goes. So there's a boot and a hood instead of a bonnet, because I think they call it a bonnet. A bonnet, you know, over in the UK or whatever. Or in many, many places, I'm sure. Yeah, and these are the same size 6, as the trunk, or the boot. And then I put the spanners in the thing. Although I guess that's maybe where Oh yeah, and then I remembered the bumper. But I guess maybe that's where the the quicker wrenches, what do you call those? Ratchet set. That's probably where that comes in handy. It's smaller, and it's quicker if you need to, you know, do whatever. Although you can't use those to adjust the angle of the front tires, I don't think. So, yeah. So yeah, now that the car's put together, although okay, I did forget to put the mud flaps on the front. Either way, now's a good time to start pre-chopping wood for when the dude calls, and don't forget to check your mail.
Down the line, strong as it can be, through a courtesy of the electric company. The electric company. The electric company.
So my best advice for the trailer, as far as backing it into where you chop wood, it's easiest just to pull far enough forward so that it kind of lines up, so you can just back up. Um, and then I grab the wood carriers. I almost said wood shelf. And I place them, next to the wood thing. Um, I can't remember who I saw doing this, and I thought that was a great idea. So I just always make sure to grab the wood carrier from the island so I can do this way. Now, it's not always going to go in. I mean, maybe if you're good at it or something, I don't know. Sometimes I get a good lucky run, and then this kind of stuff happens. It's fine. It doesn't go anywhere. It just, it waits for you. That's fine. So once you fill that up, you just kind of hold it over there, and every time you hit F to pick firewood, which that has to be up for it to be able to work right there, pick firewood, then it just drops it right in there. Then eventually, once you chop enough and you can finally pick it up, then it'll be full. And you'll know because you'll drop stuff in and nothing, it won't go up or anything. So, yeah. And then close the back up. And then I just take it back to the house and, just kind of get ready. One tip, if you're not really planning on going anywhere, you might want to plug your battery in. First, remove the negative, and then remove the positive. So it's the opposite of when you attach the battery. And then you want to take that in and, just plug it in just to make sure that it keeps a charge. And, just basic cleanup, waiting for the dude to call with firewood. Like I said, so this is still all like technically Thursday. This is basically what it went down on the unrecorded. But yeah, so I think I am either on Friday morning or Thursday evening on that one. But I already got the call, I already delivered the wood and got the money. I've done all the same things here. Just I haven't, I'm pretty much at the same point. I haven't got plates for my car yet. Okay, so I'm realizing we haven't gone this way before. So for this one, you want to take a left at that cross, the T section. That's the road going away from your house. And then you'll come to this four-way crossway, and you want to go left again. And this is a little farm here that we actually have passed before on our way from Flatari's to the house. So yes, you are actually going towards Flatari's if you keep going. But past that barn before Flatari's, there is this red roofed house thing, and there's this dude standing there. That's the guy that buys firewood. So you kind of pull back a little past. I mean, you're not gonna be too past the driveway. Put it in reverse, and you want the butt of that trailer to go left, so your butt goes right. No, scratch that. Let me think. You want the trailer's butt to go right, so your butt goes left. Correct. Okay. So you see, like, as it's turning to the right, you want to kind of angle it. You don't want it to be too severe of an angle, but you want to angle so that your butt's kind of going to the left a little. And then line it up as you get it lined up to where you want it. And put it in neutral. Put on your parking brake. And then that rear hydraulics, you put that forward, and it'll start putting it back. And then you want to open up the truck bed. It'll pour out. It'll have you hand you your money, 3,200. Good deal. And then the hydraulics, the rear hydraulics, you want to put that to the opposite end that it's on. This is probably not the best way to see it. So go back, and now it'll start to lower again. There's essentially 3 switches for the rear hydraulics. There's a middle where it sits at, and then there's a front and a back. And one side makes the truck bed go up, and the other side makes it go down. And so when you don't want it to do anything, you just put it in the middle. The engine needs to be running for it to go up and down. And if you want it to go up and down faster, you can rev the engine. And that's about all I got. Hopefully the backing up with a trailer what made sense. Like if you want it to go ass right, you need to go ass left. If you want it to go ass left, you need to go ass right. That's the way that I learned it. So that's Thursday. Now you can do whatever you want. I'm gonna cut together the stupidity I got into on this playthrough or whatever.